Hi, I'm Dr. David at Magnolia Skin Center. We are going to talk right now about Jeuveau neurotoxin injections. What is that? Neurotoxins or neuromodulators, they're that class of things that a lot of people just refer to as Botox. Okay, but there are actually 6 neuromodulators on the market, and one of them is called Jeuveau. Okay, so my team has compiled 7 questions for me to answer. Number 1, why is Jeuveau called Newtox? And how does it target heavy frown lines between the eyebrows? Well, I'm kind of a francophile, okay? So the French word nouveau, okay? They took the French word nouveau and changed it a little bit to call it Jeuveau with kind of a French spelling, Jeuveau, right? So that's why it's kind of gotten referred to in common parlance or just sort of out in the ether world as Newtox, inspired by the French word nouveau. Okay. So that's why. And it has been specifically engineered for aesthetic uses only. Okay. Um, and he says, how does it, okay, why is Jeuveau called Newtox and how does it target heavy frown lines between the eyebrows? So the way that this works is you inject it into the muscle, specifically into the muscle. Inside the muscle, it goes into the nerve that that works that muscle and then weakens that nerve signal so that that muscle quits moving as much. If that muscle quits moving as much, it quits wrinkling the skin that's over it. So that's how this works. So we weaken the muscle where you're making lines, and that makes the lines go away. Number 2, how fast does Jeuveau kick in, and how many months of smooth skin will I get from one treatment? One of the great things about Jeuveau, it's probably the fastest kick-in toxin on the market. So all of these take a certain number of days to be at their maximum effect, but you will get effectiveness very quickly with Jeuveau. Its maximum effectiveness is going to be at about 14 days. Some of the other ones can take longer, up to 21 days, and can be slower to kick in. Jeuveau is faster and reaches maximum effect by day 14. How long will it last? If we inject it as we always do correctly, which means we really stop the movement of that muscle, you can get minimum of 3 months, and sometimes and with residual effect up to 4, 5, and 6 months. Okay, number 3, can Jeuveau be injected into my jaw muscles? That's referring to your masseter muscles, which you chew with to slim my face and stop painful teeth grinding, or TMJ, which stands for temporomandibular joint syndrome. Yes, the answer is yes. When people have an overactive jaw muscle, and this, by the way, is the strongest muscle in your body per area, okay? And some people, it's too developed, they grind, it's bulging out, and it's causing them to destroy their teeth, hurt their temporomandibular joints. So we can soften that muscle, weaken that muscle, so that they quit injuring their teeth, they quit grinding in their sleep, they quit injuring their TMJ joint. It's a very effective treatment for that, and that also slims your face in. Will getting Jeuveau for my crow's feet, that refers to the lines up here near your eyes, cause any temporary bruising or drooping around my eyes? When injected correctly, absolutely not. When we do crow's feet, the crow's feet is out in this area. Weakening this muscle here, the orbicularis, is not going to cause a droop up here. It will cause your crow's feet to disappear out here. Number 5, how often do I need to come back to the clinic to keep my face looking continuously smooth and fresh? So it depends on sort of your own body's response. You're going to not need to come back for at least 3 months, and depending on how much movement you're willing to tolerate, you can even go out to 6 months. By 6 months, you're going to have some good movement coming back, but by that point, for sure, you're going to want to be back in to soften that muscle again, so that we don't start creating wrinkles. Okay. Um, Number 6, what mistakes should I avoid right after my injection appointment to keep the product from moving? Okay, so when we do these injections, we have specifically placed it into the exact muscle we want. So I don't want anything done that could move it out of that muscle for 4 to 6 hours after the treatment. So I don't want you to touch the area I've treated. Okay. I don't want you to go to the gym or do vigorous exercise or go to sleep and press on that area or get a facial or a massage or anything that could move it out of the muscle where I have placed it. Um, Additionally, I want you to, for the next 4 to 6 hours after the procedure, to exercise your face muscles because I want you to move it within the muscle I placed it, but not move it out of the muscle where I placed it. Okay. And then number 7 is Jeuveau better for younger people wanting to prevent wrinkles, or does it work on deep set in lines? Both. Okay. If you haven't started early and you've got deep set in lines, it will work. If they're deep and set in, it won't disappear them completely, but it's going to dramatically improve them. And don't forget, we have other treatments to disappear them completely that we can complement the Jeuveau with. If you're younger, some people don't understand why you want to start younger. If you start younger before you have the wrinkles and we keep the movement from happening, then you just never develop the wrinkles. So it's really smart to start young and be preventative. Magnolia Skin Center.